This is the beginning of my Go Gateway house. This is like a school of experience. This is how I came to create Kin Up, Kin Down. This is a package experience that I got from interviewing people in the DMV area and also people in the virtual world. So that is artists, creatives, locals, professionals, students. This is before and during COVID. Here are their stories, experiences, and perspectives.
Essentially, when I met you, you were telling me that you wanted to start a podcast about sex, right? Mm-hmm. So it's almost like there's a platform here where you can almost start off and then take off onto your own. And, you know, the first time we had the podcast, we couldn't really get into all the things that we could get into because, you know, we had a podcast mate who was totally opposite, which was still interesting though. You know what I mean? I learned from both sides, but I kind of like wanted to just get you by yourself and actually really get into your mind and exactly like what you see sex as, you know what I mean? And the fact that on your Instagram, you're very exposed and you seem very confident with it, you know what I mean? So it's like usually when you have somebody who's exposed and very confident, it scares some people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it leads people to judgment and other times it leads people to fascination. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, first question I want to ask you is like, what does sex mean to you?
Sex means a transfer of energy to me.
Okay.
It means art. I just can think of words when I think about sex.
Yeah.
I think about love. Not always though. Sometimes it's just a feeling.
Yeah. Okay. And what about like, you know, like being naked? Like, you know, where do you find the confidence in that? You know?
It's our natural state anyway. So It's like I'm naked because I'm proud of my body. I love myself. And in doing the pictures I've learned to appreciate my flaws and everything else about myself. The things I love and the things I hate. Uh-huh. So, for me, it's like, if I can be here and be perfectly imperfect, other women can do the same thing and feel confident about themselves too and not feel like they have to get surgery or anything else. Like, remember in the 90s when women were like themselves and everybody was like uniquely beautiful? Yeah. Like, nobody looked like each other. I feel like everybody looked the same now.
Yeah. So how do you feel about people getting surgeries though? Because, you know, there's the aspect where people say that that's what gives them confidence and whatnot.
I'm not against surgery.
Okay.
If you feel like that's what you need to do for you, do that for you. But like, I just don't like the fact that everybody looks the same. Like everybody's reaching for the same body type. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's the idea of beauty right now. So everybody wants to be that. And it's like, what sets you apart from somebody else? What makes you unique? Okay.
And I want to get into the aspect of sex being sacred, right? Because this is something I battle with, you know, and I feel like it's probably going to be a part of the discussions you have on your podcast, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think it's sacred just because I grew up in the church and that's what I was taught. Like, it's sacred. You cannot have sex with anybody. The Bible says this. And then when I grew up, I had sex with a lot of women and I'm like, yo, it's not fucking sacred. It's just an activity. It's just like smoking weed. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't make it that casual either though. Okay. I feel like because it's a transfer of energy, you have to realize that whatever energy that person has, you're putting inside yourself. Okay. So the minute you make that decision, all of them is going inside of you and they're also taking something from you. So if it's worth it to you to let that person take that piece from you, if it doesn't feel sacred to you to let them have that, then it's not sacred. But if it is, I feel like, then that is something you have to take account for. Yeah. That's why some people feel like that about it. Like, I don't want to just give my body to anybody because in that moment you are giving them something. Yeah. And that's a real thing. Energy is everything, and that's a very big energy base.
Yeah. So how do you get that energy out, or when once y'all transfer that energy, it stays in you forever type of thing? Yeah. You can't get that out?
I mean, you could do a cleanse. I guess you could do like a spiritual cleanse. You know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's why people be taking breaks. You know, like when women be like, I haven't been having sex for like this many months. I feel like that's the part of that cleanse. Mentally and spiritually, you have to like get that person's whole existence out of you.
Yeah.
Heal from things, or let certain stuff.
But at the same time, right? We having this discussion, and you believe in polygamy, right?
Yeah.
So how would you determine who has the right energy for you to, associate yourself with sexually?
That's trusting your intuition. I trust when I have a connection with somebody. That's why I go with it so hard. Like, if I like somebody and I want to have sex with you, that's something. That means it's something about you that drew me over there. So what is it? Because everything, most of the time, how I move is spiritually based. Okay. When it's based off someone I'm interested in. It's like something I'm going to learn from this, or it's something in this, like, I'm going to teach you. Yeah. Maybe it's not even just about me. Because sometimes people, when I've been with them, they be like, oh, I always burn sage and I think about you. Or it's like, I've gotten to crystals and I thought about you, what I'm saying? You help me, like, with my anger, whatever it is, we can be healing for each other. And that was the reason why we were drawn to each other in that moment. So I trust those signs with things. Okay, I don't just go for just anything. Yeah.
So who was a sexual partner that you learned a lot from, and what was the one thing that you learned from that person?
I feel like I've learned a lot from every one of them. Everyone? Yeah. Okay. And I've learned a lot about myself in those transactions. It's just like, it's more of like when you reflect back on why you were interested in somebody, or who you were before you met them, as opposed to what happened afterwards. Like, I feel like you always learn something from someone. Yeah. Like, I've learned patience. One of my ex-girlfriends gave me so much patience from the way she used to pop off. I was just like, I can't always react this way because now you got me so tight. I can't even function at work. Yeah. So now let me learn how to not let you trigger me. Yeah. And that took some time to, like, learn how to not let her ruin my whole day. That's discipline. Yeah. Because people can really get to you. And it's like, okay, now I've learned in life not to let everything get to me. Yeah. So it's like, okay, you over there, you feel that way, but I'm not about to let you, get into me like that. Yeah. But you like public sex, you said? Hell yeah. Okay. What kind of public? Like, give me some places. Restaurants. Okay. Alleys.
Restaurants?
Rooftops.
In the bathroom in a restaurant?
In the bathroom in a restaurant.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got head under the table when I was younger. Okay. Yeah, and I've been fingered in restaurants. Like, I like being fingered in places and nobody knows what's happening. That's why I don't like wearing underwear. Okay. Like movie theaters and stuff like that? That's kind of cliche. I feel like... That's other place, like anywhere for real. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If you feel like you can get away with it and I'm in the mood, like, just do that shit. Yeah. That's what I like. Okay, let's talk about the manifestations, like go into detail of that. Like what exactly is happening when you are spiritually connected with somebody and you guys are trying to manifest whatever you are manifesting sexually. Like what is that? What is the process of that? So it's like, you think about what you hear that person say their goals are, their dreams, how they want to live their life, what kind of person they want to be. And you think about those things for them in the moment that you're having sex with them. And they think about those things for you. It's more of like you're so connected and y'all talk so much about what y'all want to do in your life and who, all that kind of stuff. And you manifest it through each other in those thoughts, because sex is such a powerful charge. It's a good way to help yourselves make things happen for each other. Yeah. And because it's not you doing it, somebody who really cares about you, it's even more powerful. It's like that exchange that I was talking about. So in that moment, it's your thoughts and all the things that you want to happen for them. Yeah. But is it verbal or just... No, it's in your mind. It's in your mind. You just focus on that. Yeah. Yeah. You keep that in your thoughts as you're having sex with them.
But you guys...
You can write it down, whatever you want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can write it down before y'all do it.
But you guys talk about it before, though.
Yeah. Okay. You talk about it before, and even if it's just some things you heard in passing, like in conversation with them, you could write those things down too, or think about them, like, everything is a spell. That's why they say spelling, because words are spells.
That's real. That's real talk. So let me ask you this, right? When it comes to sex, right? Is it about the experience or is it about the healthiness of it? You know what I mean? So when I say experience, that means it doesn't fucking matter, right? It can be angry sex, it can be wild sex. It's just let's have this experience, or for you, the whole process is like, yo, let's reach a healthy state. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by healthy state?
Because you have all these men. I never had sex with anybody where I manifested anything for them. You know what I mean? And I think that's very healthy. And you were putting that, with your sexual activity. So that's why I'm asking you, is that the main thing for you, or it doesn't matter? Like it's all just about the experience?
It's not, everybody's not going to get the same vibe from me though. That's why all my connections are different. Sometimes I feel, if it feels that spiritual, then we're going to do that. But that's something only me and we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the next person I might be with, it's not going to be that. Or it could be, it just might be different. It's just like, whatever that person pulls from me is what they're going to get.
Yeah.
So every experience with me is going to be different. It depends on you, on the vibe we get from each other.
So are you like usually in charge, or are you submissive?
I'm submissive, but I can be in charge, especially if I feel like you're going too slow for me and I want it. Yeah. I'm not afraid to be like, I'm not afraid to take it. Yeah. I'm not afraid to be aggressive, but I will hand over the power when I know it's time.
Okay.
I know when to be submissive is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And for you, like, so last time when we spoke, you spoke about polygamy, but you weren't practicing it, right? In the moment.
Well, I'm single, so I can't practice it with anybody, but I would like to, you know what I'm saying, have two of something.
Y'all hear this? She's and where do you usually meet partners?
On accident.
On accident?
I told you, I base everything off connections. So.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand that, like, like just speaking to you.
Yeah.
You really go with the flow. It seems like
I do.
You don't have this, because I'm trying to see if there's an organized way of how you move, and you're like, nah,
it's not. Yeah. It's like if I fuck with you and I'm drawn to you and we like here with it and you get that, I'm with it. Like, and that's just what it is. I'm like almost down for anything with that person when I feel connected with them. Yeah. But it's just based on how I feel with you. Everybody not gonna get that.
Yeah. What's one accident that led to a really dope relationship?
When I was cheating on my girlfriend with this girl I was working with.
Okay.
And the connection was so real for me. Like, it was like one day I was thinking about her and I was on the train. And I think I just manifested her into me, because when the train doors opened, she was standing right there looking at me. It was like out of a movie or something.
Yeah.
And like we looked at each other, we didn't say nothing. We just started kissing. And I felt the kiss through my whole body. Like, I ain't never had sex with somebody that felt that real in a long time. Like, I didn't feel like I ever had sex before.
Yeah. Was that the first time y'all kissed?
No.
Oh,
it could have felt like that. But it was just like, I literally was just thinking about you. Yeah. And here you are. Yeah. On the train.
Yeah. And in that moment, did you break up with your girlfriend?
No. No. Too many things is tied with that. Yeah. Breaking up.
was that
No, we just knew what it was. I was very transparent with her. She got a girl, like,
so she
couldn't just do that, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to.
So she was doing her own thing as well, or
she didn't want to, but she did to pass the time. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not jealous like that. So I know what I have. I know that you're not gonna find it nowhere else. Yeah. So if you fuck with me and that's what you have a taste for, then that's what you have a taste for. Yeah.
So you're not jealous?
No, not like that.
You never get jealous at all, like.
If you're playing me, like, I feel like it might come off as jealousy, but it's not that. I just feel like you're playing with my intelligence. Yeah. So now I have to pop off. It's not about, necessarily the girl or whatever. It's like, let's say we're in a relationship and I'm not a jealous person. Yeah. And I'm open. So why would you lie about fucking with a woman when you can just tell me that? Yeah. And I can just be like, okay, I can take that. You might need something right now different from me. Yeah. That doesn't mean you don't want me. It just means you might want something else. Yeah. Why would you lie to me? Yeah. So me going off on that might come off as me being jealous, but it's really because you didn't have no reason to lie. Yeah.
Facts. I hear that. Have you ever been cheated on where it really fucked you up? You up?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It hurt so bad. I was like, I don't even think I want to be in nobody's relationship no more.
Word.
Yeah.
And when that happened, did that make you cold to other people as well?
For a while.
For a while? Okay.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't want to feel, even if you liked me, I got irritated.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Just be my friend. Like, why we can't just fuck and you be cool with that? Like, why you want more? Like, people was trying to tell me I was moving like a nigga. Like, I'm not answering phone calls. I hit you when I feel like it, when I want something, and I want some hey big head shit. And then it was like, I have to chill on. Like, you do have feelings.
But when did you snap out of that though? Was that something that happened or just?
It was just part of my healing process. You know, they say, you know, like, how many stages of death is it? When you like go through a mourning, like seven stages or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing with breakups.
Gotcha. I hear what you're saying.
Because at the end of the day,
it's like
that
a
person's
loss.
not in your life anymore.
Yeah.
So all of those emotions, you feel all of that. Gotcha. So when I was angry, I was on that fuck boy shit.
Yeah.
And when I got over it, I was like, you know, I really need to heal myself because I'm not loving myself. I'm being angry and I'm lashing out. Mm-hmm. And let me find a healthier way to make that happen. It was just you know, the process.
Yeah.
I'm good now, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I do a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love rituals throughout my weeks anyway. So it wasn't like I was going to let myself stay in that space regardless. Mm-hmm. That gives somebody power over me. I ain't never won.
Okay. So yeah, to wrap it up, right? And this is, you know, I know you're going to speak about this in your podcast, but that's, you know, it's one of the things that I also want to cover. So it's like, describe some of the rituals that you do, you know what I mean, for somebody who's going through a heartbreak, you know.
First things first, I always make sure on the days I feel my worst, I try to look my best. Mm-hmm. Because how you start your day off kind of like has a flow.
Okay.
If you come off like you feel like you look good, and you get a lot of good feedback, it puts a lot of positivity back into you. And it's like, okay, well, this might be some hard shit, but I'm still that bitch for real. So it's cool. And then, you know, I pray. Specifically on things that I know I need to work on or things I feel like I'm insecure in right then. Okay. I pray for the hurt to go away, whatever it is I need to do. I light candles, I meditate, I masturbate, and I try to make sure I love myself and give that love back to myself I felt like I was missing. Or I cry. Whatever it is I feel like I need to give myself, or whatever emotion it is I need to feel right then, I feel it. That is my ritual, and I give myself. A lot of times, if it's something little or whatever, I give myself 3 days to feel all the feelings, and then I let that shit go. Okay. Because all of that is a choice. Being happy is a choice. Being sad is a choice. So at the end of the day, I'm going to handle that, and I'm going to feel it, but I have to let it go to go on. Okay.
Yeah, that was deep. And yeah, that wraps it up. So... yeah, I'm glad you came through.
I'm glad you made this happen. Finally.
You know what I mean? Now, this is real. Like, what you said, the whole process, it's like saying that how you want to feel is a choice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I myself can take something from that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, you've been going through emotions and you let yourself go. Mm-hmm. And you don't realize that you actually chose to keep with that flow, you know what I mean? So
just talking about it and like complaining about it, it feeds it. Yeah. It's like a cancer, it spreads it out. Yeah. And it takes away from everything. It goes into your actions.
That's real.
Okay, how?